Alright, this is WhatAboutAmeobi. We are playing another TGCTours user-created course. This one's called Landlar Palm Bluffs by Gerek, Gerek. He asked me to have a look at this, so said I would. It looks like we're... canny, nice. It looks like we're in the desert. I think he might have mentioned that to me, actually, now I think of it. So, what does that say? Oh, okay. Landlar Palm Bluffs. Cool. So what have we got? Downhill. How far is it to... Oh, we're out of bounds both sides. That's a bit rough. I'm afraid... Geez, I don't know what to hit here. We'll try this. I'm afraid that might be a bit much, though. Yep. So that had to be a partial. Okay. Got a round green. Bunker sculpting looks like it could use a little bit of work. What am I trying to do? The fairway being split up like that is probably not my favorite thing. Hey, Victory Lane Sports, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. And Ambiobi showed up. That was cool. I hope you guys got the applause and everything. That is the man, the myth, the legend, Shola Amiobi. That's who this channel's named after. So I've worked him into the new follow notification. That's cool. Anyways, glad to have you. Victory's usually going at it on Friday nights for sure. I think he's part of the Wednesday night crew too, or is it Tuesday night? Anyways, I know Wednesday night he's usually got some shenanigans going on, so well worth a follow. Yeah, it's a soccer thing, so Amiobi works. I mean, I could get right out of control and use my actual name, but for now, Amiobi works. Alright. Yeah, not a bad hole. I mean, the fairway being split up like that's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's okay. Ooh, so we're bringing that bunker in. That's a par 4. Oof. Okay. And we're doing lots of, and we got out of bounds all the way down the left again. I am a little curious why that's out of bounds. I'm wondering if it's possible to get stuck somewhere, maybe. Could be. Hey, Lucas. Well, Lucas, now I'm gonna blow your mind. Watch this. No, hang on. Watch what I figured out how to do. And then actually turns out the my daughter's mom's coming to pick her up, so I'll have to put that on when they get here, and then I'll be back. That should be, I don't know, hour and a half. Never really know with my daughter's mom. Anyways, good to see you, Lucas. Lucas and I are thinking that we might have a grudge match, Canada v US, later on, now that we're trying to figure stuff out with the streaming. Actually, it was my idea, and Lucas said he might be into it, so okay, let me hit this shot before, so I know what I think of it. It's a long hole. Well, this might play okay. It's a long par 4. Okay, I do have room. Alright. Now that was in the wind a little bit, so maybe. Is that just... No, that's through the overlay expert. It's a new layer that you can add, and then you can have it be that commands are the thing that make it go on and off. There was a good video on YouTube that I saw that it's actually relatively simple. So I used that, and then I just created the screen, the actual background and everything. I created it. It was from one of my YouTube um, thumbnails, and then I added Ameobi to it. So, okay. So, yeah, it's a nicely protected green, I would say. It's probably a good size. That pin isn't super nice to me, but like I mean, not that it's bad. It's just it's difficult, but it's okay. It's not anything to get wound up about. Just a bit left. I don't know if we're gonna climb the hill either. Nope. Yeah, that was always gonna be tricky. So that's a difficult pin. Jeez, I felt myself pull that. That was a yip of all yips. I gotta figure that out. Anyways, desert's not an easy look to pull off either, so it's cool you've gone for it. This looks nice. I like how the fairway stands out amongst all the brown. So look at this. So it's uphill a pile. It's not drivable today. This bunker is gonna not play very much fun, and then there's out of bounds over there again. Where's that out of bounds? That's over here, is it? Again, I'm not completely understanding why that's out of bounds, unless again it's possible to get caught somewhere. But all right, so if I don't have an obvious layup area. Hey Grublar, how's it going, buddy? Uphill this much. I'm gonna see what happens if I try to launch one up here. I'm probably gonna regret this, but yeah, that's not even close. Now where are we? Okay, so I like that you've created that where I'm dumb enough to take it on, and now I'm completely screwed. I would have liked a bit of an easier area to lay up to. Yep. Doink. Yeah, could be. Could be Grublar. And I've learned that the chat box and everything, it doesn't show up in replays or YouTube when I strip it for YouTube or anything, so I thought I was going to be able to just not have to worry about that, but turns out I do. It's an interesting short par 4. Uphill like that, I mean, only 295 to the straight to the green, but you can't get there unless you got a good wind, and if you don't make it, you're hooped. I'm just not sure where the layup was. That's all. Okay, let me look from here again. Yeah, this looks cool. And then OB's all over the place. Yeah. We're uphill. Okay, what do we got for green? Alright. The slopes are a bit aggressive at times, but I think that's kind of what you're going for. And is it out of bounds out to the right? I can't tell. I hope not, because there's not really a reason for it to be. Unless, again, you're afraid of getting stuck somewhere. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. It's bunker time. If I'm lucky. Okay. Had to avoid people dropping us. Yeah, fair enough. The way that they do drops in this game is, to put it kind, is messed up. don't understand why they can't have the option of making it like a lateral hazard, red stake, whatever they're calling penalty areas these days. The green, I mean, it's a good size. It's, again, it's difficult. It's not an easy one. It doesn't have to be an easy one, though. Oh, that bordered on being a straight path. Hey, McTrees, how's it going? We're playing... Shoot, what's the name of this place? Landlar Palm Bluffs. That's what we're playing. It's by a guy named Jarek. He asked me to play it, so I said sure. And then, yeah, we got out of bounds all over the place because I guess we got the cliffs going on, right? So, yeah, it could be that, so you don't end up down this stuff. And yeah, Grubler makes a good point. That bunker's gonna be nicely placed, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, it's a big fairway bunker. Let's look at this a bit more. That's a massive bunker in the middle of the fairway. Now, that green's interesting too. I didn't get to it. Is that because I was into the wind? Is this for going downwind? Yeah, what's the purpose behind that bunker? Now we get up here. That pin is going to be very, very difficult to get to with the second shot, which I'm fine with. It's a par 5. As long as I can stop a sand wedge there, that's okay. Oh, yeah. It does have a bit of a... Yeah, I guess it does. You young punks notice this stuff. Fun shot off the tree cluster. Yeah, not bad. Hey, Babalu. Yeah, they do. Wow. Yeah, it's still young to me, sort of. I've got you by just about 10 years. So what am I going to do here? Because I can't fly it to the pin and stop it. I'm going to be down to the front of the interestingly shaped green. Yeah, as long as I can stop stand wedge there, that's fine. Pushed. Fasted. I think I'm gonna want to be short rather than long. I think I'm gonna be, yeah. You could go wedge. I didn't say they're not funny. I just don't see them like I used to. Maybe because I have a daughter now? I don't know. Yeah, victory's here. Alright, birdie. Very nice. Oh, and Lucas Victory got to see the new follower alert thing. I changed it. Sweet, yeah. Absolutely, Victory. Absolutely. Mine's only 8, so I'm not there yet, but I'm not looking forward to it either. Alright. Again, there's just not a whole lot of room here. And I'm out of bounds left as well. So I could just pop a hybrid down here. But driver, where am I? You know what? I'm tempted to just bash it over here. It's actually not. It's an extension through Twitch called Overlay Expert. I'm just streaming directly from my PS4. This is not. This is not like my desktop wouldn't be able to handle OBS. It would shudder and explode. All right, try to run it down the mountain, I guess. Look out, people. Not quite. but I wasn't too sure where else to go there. Oh, ouch, Grubbler. That would, yeah. Oh, is that the course you're talking about? Yeah. Um, there's a few of them where you take a beating. Yeah. I just have the stream manager open in the browser. I think, and this is where my computer's gonna crash. I think I figured out what my issue was, why I was freezing it all the time. The the power save thing was set for some reason. It kept being resetting itself to save rather than on demand, so it wasn't going to full. It wasn't running at its full peak, so then it was just getting overloaded. Um, Big green. Yeah, not my favorite hole just because the way that fairway was. I wasn't too sure where to go. I'm sure there's a few people in here that'll tell me where to go, but that's not what I meant. Yeah, yeah, Lucas has nailed it there. Unfortunately, as of right, and it doesn't show up in mobile or if you're watching it through TV or any of that stuff. It's only on a PC that it works. So it's and apparently it's a Twitch thing. It's not the extension. Twitch doesn't let it happen. All right. So again, I like the look from the tee. It's framed pretty nicely, and I like that the fairway stands out. This is a desert course. We've got out of bounds there. Jeez, I don't know. I mean, you get stuck, I guess, but I really don't like internal out of bounds if it can be avoided. So this is a layup. That's right. Golfer's never my fault. Yeah, for sure. Player requests, absolutely. I don't ever stop taking them, to be honest with you. Wow, you guys are going bananas. I can't keep up. Then we got this uphill shot, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't mind this hole. I mind that putt, though. The Outlaw Torn. Yeah, we're taking requests for sure. Welcome aboard. I don't know if I've seen you here before. Alright. This par 3 is interesting. Partially blind, but I can see the flag. That's fine. That's maybe a touch aggressive, but not overly so. Okay, crooked arrow. Let me add it to my list. Alright, I'll play that one next while you're here. People in chat always get priority over what I had planned. Wow, that's a tight pin too. So it's it's 15 feet from the front edge, but then it's only about, what's that, 6 feet from the false front. So yeah. First time in. Oh, cool. Yeah, Canucks streams are good. It sucks that he's on the West Coast because I often am in bed by the time he gets going. But I mean, I've never met him, but seems a good guy. And I've just hammered that. It's like I hit Velcro there. Alright. There we go. Yeah, well, I'm trying to do the same thing, my friend. I'm new, so I'm trying to get to know people and... Okay, so what's going on with this water tower? It does detract from what would be an otherwise pretty cool view. The fairways are narrow here. Okay, that's what we're going for, it looks like. Bunkers here. I'm not sure, but we got a bit of a yin-yang bunker going on within this part in the front, so it's interesting. I don't know if it needs to go all the way this far back, but I'm not carrying that. Oh, I knew it was uphill a bit, but I thought the wind would get me over. Okay. And then... Okay. That might be a bit steep. Okay, yeah, out of bounds again. Like that's gonna be a wall. I'm gonna hammer it. Smack. Now I'm down on this bunker. And it's only 25 feet to get up to the hole. Yeah, might be just a shade much. I needed more than that. Oof. Thought we were gonna make an all-world par from there. Please, dear God, no more stupid objects. That's in reference to Grublar saying the designer needs more stuff in it. Buses, trains, shop fronts. Alright. Long par... well, not long. You know, medium length par 4. Okay, that's out of bounds down there again. Into the wind, but downhill 90 feet, 30 yards. We'll see how far this one flies, I guess. This course, no, that's not gonna get there. The wind's mangled it. Is it? I missed that one too. Oh yeah, okay. There is. Okay. And I'm out of bounds left. I can't get there. I gotta go over here. Yeah, I can see why this was accepted. I mean, there's nothing glaring about it, but I can also see why it wasn't tour worthy, because there's just a couple of places where playability wise it seems a bit harsh maybe, or I'm not saying that a play like the right play should be immediately obvious. I don't mind having to think a little bit, but I shouldn't have to like stand there and wonder and wonder and wonder. Okay. One note for the designer here: combined bunker brushes. Most or all of these bunkers is one. Sorry, most or all of these bunkers are one brush that the designer stretched and pumped up in some way. Okay, so McTrees, who designed Revival, which is a fantastic course, he's suggesting that combine bunker brushes that might help you with your bunkers. Cool. That's why it's good to have designers in here, because I wouldn't know. Again, okay, so we're going with this big wall in front, which is going to leave this really deep bunker. Okay, now this, I really don't see why that's out of bounds. There's no reason for that to be out of bounds. Eggplant green, okay. Yeah, the green shaping has been interesting. Yeah, I don't see why that's out of bounds. There's no reason for it. I mean, if you want, I see you've got red stakes around it. If you want that to be a hazard, put a lake in, I guess, or I don't know, but that's that's not 3 off the tee from there. There's no way that should ever be 3 off the tee. Okay. We're in good shape here. Oh, we're getting our putting figured out. Yeah, red stakes are hazard, not OB, that's right. I think what he was wanting to do is make it a hazard, but because he couldn't, then he made it OB. That was the only way he could make a hazard out of it. It's my guess. But the game does do hazards poorly. But there should have been a better way to go. Environmentally sensitive area. Yeah, but that wouldn't be out of bounds. It would be a hazard. You'd have to drop out of it. You wouldn't have to go back to the tee. It'd be an option, but you wouldn't have to. Okay. So we're uphill, 440 something. I can't hit driver over that. I don't think. No, I can't. There's no way. So I gotta lay this thing up. Correct those would play as, yeah, exactly. Should be yellow staked. I think those would be reds. Those would play as red. So red's lateral. So I've hit 3-wood here, and now I've got 220, and I'm in the rough, so it doesn't matter. But again, I'm not really seeing the play, and I've pushed that. Get the path. Big hop. Nope. Yeah, and they changed the rules a couple years ago too, when it comes to hazards. So I think they still have red as an option, or did they just make everything red now? I can't remember. Nah. That's right, Grubbler. Yellow's always you go straight back, or you can re-tee, or if there's a drop zone. Red adds the option of 2 club lengths from where it last crossed, either side of the hazard, which is what's sorely missing in this game. Red you can either play out of, I mean you can play out of anything, any hazard you can play out of. You always have the option of playing the ball as it lies. I mean unless it's one of those environmentally sensitive areas or whatever, but hazards you always have the option of playing out of. And you can ground, and that's right. That was one of the things they changed. You can ground your club now in hazards. Alright. So here we're bombing it. Is there, I mean I gotta look for OB every hole. Okay. Especially when the ball's, yeah, that's right. Happy Gilmore reference. Not the most factually correct golf movie of all time, that movie. The fairway. I mean, the fairways are tight. That's for sure. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. They just are. And I'm struggling to hit them, which is me. So again, I mean, this being out of bounds is just, yeah. Okay. I think that horse has taken a good flogging, so we'll move on to the next stuff here. How far is it? 83. I don't know if this gets there. Just about. We got some Happy Gilmore quotes flying now. Love it. Oh my God, look at that line. Look at that. I remembered how I used to hold my controller when I putt. I gotta say, I mean, he picked it pretty clean off his foot. Narrow's not so bad with reasonably tapered edges. Yeah. I've just found a couple spots where I haven't really seen what the option is. Um, so that's where my concern is a bit. A little short par 3 here. I always like a good a short par 3. Bunker. What is it that I'm seeing about that? From the tee, it looks good. I like how it sits there. When you get down here, though, is it a bit bathtubby? Is that what I'm thinking? I don't know. It looks better from the tee than it does when you get up there, in my opinion. And then the green's fine. We've got a relatively tucked pin here, but I'm hitting a wedge of some kind, so that's okay. Have I picked the right bat for once? Oh, I might have. Oh, look at that. Like, he knows what he's doing. Oh, look, that bot's starting to work now. Yeah, I mean, shooter, he was. We never saw him win his first major, though, so he might be more Colin Montgomery. He had the same kind of grumpiness. I mean, look at how tight this is, and it's a turtle-backed. I get that it's a par 5 and it's not hugely long, but there's no point laying up because it's wider, sure, but it's still narrow as hell. Yeah, just the course looks nice. I like how the desert's been done. It's just the playability of it's maybe not all the way. Let's try and thread the needle here. Okay, cool, Bob Lou. Have a good one, man. Lynn Valley. Alright. Alright, so I've threaded the needle. And again, we got out of bounds all down both sides. And maybe we can sneak driver up there, but I don't think so. Just a bit too far left. That's unfortunate. Okay. Get up to the green. Yeah, and on this course, you're really liking that fairly extreme false front edge. Don't mind it here and there, but as a theme, it's probably not my favorite thing. I don't know. It's not killing it. It's just it's the out of bounds that I have more of an issue with for sure. That's what I want. Hopefully this comes out of the rough enough. I don't know if it will. Oh, it did. Alright. Alright. Batting over is... I can't tell. Oh, we don't know if over the back... Is this the first hole we've played that doesn't have out of bounds on it? It might be. Cool. So it's kind of... That's a big bunker at the back. I wonder if you'd have been better off having two of them. And then again, false front here. Sorry, right now I'm trying to think what I need to hit. I think it's going to be this. Oh wow, the wind just murdered that. But not too bad. I don't mind I mean, the green's kind of neat the way it angles away. It's kind of the like opposite of it's like a left-handed Redan maybe, like a lefty's Redan, but it's not because the slopes don't go that way. Um, yeah, there's some options for some pins on there. It seems like pin set 2 is always the hardest because it's usually what I pick, and I'm putting this. Nope, not bad at all. Alright, we got back-to-back par 5s to finish here. I think I just saw. Yeah. Okay. It's an interesting choice. And then yeah, I mean, where do I go? We got a big bathtub bunker here. And then where driver goes, there's no room. I'm just gonna sneak it through there. Maybe it's not as narrow as it looks. That could be, because I've hit a few of these, but course seems a little tricked out. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. It seems like there's been a real effort to protect par here by making it difficult, but not really in the. And the thing is, you know what? I don't think it's possible to make a course on this, or sorry, yeah, a course on this game. I don't think it's possible to make it difficult without tricking it up. People are just too good at it. Is this a new designer? He's not hugely new. Gerek. He's not hugely well known. He's at a spot right now where he's getting courses approved, but he's not getting to tour worthy, and he's wanting to figure out why that is, and what he can do better. So we played. It was Legends Point was his other course yesterday, and that was a 7,900 yard par 73, kind of a more of a traditional North American course. It's just his courses are just missing a little bit. Thanks, Victory. Appreciate that. Yeah, Outlaw's right. I've heard both Ben. I've seen Ben write it, and I've heard Matt F say it. That new designers try to protect par, and that's something they both suggest not to try to do because the Sloaners of the world. Oh, I hammered that. The Sloaners of the world are going to shoot lights out anyways, um, and then you're just going to give everybody else a big headache. So yeah, it's a well-designed course that gives up 59. That's fine. Don't get upset about that. The two par fives to finish is an interesting move. Is that out of bounds too? It is. Okay, so yeah, this will be my last thing about out of bounds, but I've got 277. Oh, I'll use this. So from the where it starts, it's 270-ish, and then it's like 50 yards between out of bounds. Out of bounds is an extreme hazard. Yeah, that's a good point, Outlaw. I mean, and the reason they're doing that is people aren't playing anymore because they started making courses ridiculously long and difficult because of what equipment did, right? But the average player didn't really benefit too much from it, so they just ended up with courses they can't play, and this could be out. Get up! Oh, I just made it. Now, let's look at this. Into the wind, I would have had to play back to here, probably. Which, I mean, I shouldn't. I'm not entitled to have a crack at a par 5 and 2. That's fine. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen more more continuous fairways and just a little bit more room. Okay, this might work. Oh, sit. Sit. Just too much. Yeah, and the other thing, Outlaws, they're not even really hitting it that much farther. Because they still don't hit it. You give them as big a drive as you want, they still don't find the middle. I've got a Founders Judge driver in my closet that I could give to your typical 18 handicapper, and he'll hit it about as well as he hits his driver he has now, just pretty poorly. That was unfortunate. I missed the eagle there. Yeah. Technology hasn't changed as much as they want you to think it has. Okay, so that was, I keep forgetting this name, Landlar Palm Bluffs. I would say the course we played yesterday, Legends Point, was better. This course, I think there was the playability of it. The look was good. I think it was a pretty nicely done desert course. I can see why it was approved, but I can also see why it wasn't tour worthy. I think where you are now is it's the play, it's the strategy. You're at a point now where it's like, if you look at golf, as a player, to go from a 30 handicap to 20 handicap, you can do that relatively easily with a bit of work, right? There's usually like one thing you can fix, and all of a sudden there goes 10 shots. Get to a 20, to a 15, so on. But as you get closer to scratch, which let's say tour worthy is scratch, to get closer to that, the closer you get to it, the harder it gets to get closer to it. So the closer you are to scratch, the harder it is to drop a shot. And I think that's maybe what we're getting to now. Is it's now we're into, you've made a lot of the big leaps. Now it's all the grinding, nitpicky, fundamentally, all that kind of stuff that just needs to be incrementally better to get to where you want to go, and it's going to take some work. The guys that you see that have tour-worthy courses consistently, they've been doing this. They put a lot of hours into it. Thanks, Victory. I was a 1 once too, but not anymore. So yeah, I think that's where you are. I think you're very capable of creating approved courses. Some are going to be more fun than others, just based on how what your mindset is when you create the course. But yeah, you're not quite there yet, and I think that you just need to keep grinding the little things. And again, like I mentioned in the other video, look at courses like what Victory cranks out, what Ben, what Andre Canuck does, Maddie from Canada. I'm gonna miss people, and I apologize for that. Dario, Dylan, like anybody who is in the dream team or that's in World Cup right now is a great place to start. Look at what they do with their course, and then look at it compared to you, and see, okay, so what is it that they're doing differently? And if you can find one where they've done the same style, that's even better, because then you can see, oh, okay. And then just keep asking questions and keep pumping courses out. The more time you're spending in the designer, the better you're gonna get. As long as you're learning, stuff too. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So we want to make sure you're practicing the right stuff. But I think some playing around in there will be helpful for you. But yeah, thanks again for sending the request. A lot easier to come up with content when you guys give it to me. So, but yeah, no, you're on your way. It's just a little bit more to go, I think.